Shakur, he's another one of my fighters. He is a great young kid, right? But he's not ready to fight Loma. Shakur last year begged me to ask Loma if he could go into training camp with him.
Okay.
And so Loma gave him a good first round, and then he taught him a lot.
Okay.
All right. This is Head Bustin' Boxing. We are back in the house. And in case you was wondering who that was, if you didn't recognize the voice, that is Bob Arum, super promoter, top rank. And he was speaking on Shakur Stevenson fighting Lomachenko. Now, okay. Maybe I'm tripping, but that ain't what he was saying a couple days ago. And clearly Shakur Stevenson remembers this because he took to Twitter himself to respond to this. And Shakur says, I try not to speak on sparring, but come on, Bob, don't do that. And it says, Arum said you ain't ready. Somebody, tweeted that out, and he responded to it. And also, he took to Twitter a couple days ago and said, I didn't beg him to go into training camp. I begged Top Rank to let me spar Loma. We ain't trained together none of those days, and I want to get in the ring with one of the best because I know how good he is, and I respect his game. So, I mean, he ain't disrespecting Lomachenko, but he's saying, like, come on, man, don't put it out there like he was whooping me. And also it says, see you at 1:30, Loma. When that happens, you're going to see I'm the effing truth. And Bob Arum himself said that, and this is like a matter of a couple days ago, Bob Arum said it himself that no, he don't want to see him fight Devin Haney. And he would fight Tank Davis if they can make that fight happen, great. He even mentioned Tevin Farmer, even though he said he doesn't think they would do that. I'm assuming he was talking about Eddie Hearns, but he said, but if they could make that fight happen at 1:30, great. Then he said, but the person he would like to see Lomachenko fight the most is Shakur Stevenson, and he said they will be willing to go all the way down to 126 to do it. Now, other people spoke on this and said that they don't believe, I forget who, but whoever it was said they don't believe that Shakur Stevenson will be down at 126 that long, so more than likely they will probably meet at 130. But either way, that's a contradiction when you're saying in one breath that Shakur Stevenson ain't ready, but then you saying, well, the person you would like to see him fight the most, when it's all said and done, is Shakur Stevenson. Like, make up your mind. Now, he didn't totally dump on Shakur. He did say he's a great young fighter, this, that, and the third. But basically, compared to Loma, Loma's like he insinuated that Loma smacked him up in sparring, which until the sparring session comes out, the world may never know. But it has its way of finding its way to the surface, either via the video get leaked or other people that was there come out and speak on it. We've seen it happen before, like with Errol Spence, with him training with or sparring with Floyd, him sparring with Broner, Sean Porter and Keith Thurman's famous sparring session that wound up getting leaked. So things has its way to come to the surface. But Lomachenko is under a lot of heat from these young fighters. Now, over the last 3 or 4 years, we've all complained, including myself, that Lomachenko wasn't fighting guys that would give him problems. And I don't care what anybody say, I'm sorry. He's been in there basically, and this ain't no shot at European style fighters or Mexican style fighters, but they're tailor-made for Lomachenko style. That's just what it is. And when you see a guy with a Mexican style or a European style, unless they're just top shelf great fighters with that particular style, 9 times out of 10, a slick boxer outboxes them and make them look crazy. We seen Terrence Crawford do it. We seen Floyd make a living doing it. So, I mean, it is what it is. We would like to see him in there with some slick fighters. Shakur Stevenson will be one. He'll bring the fight to you as well, but he's a pure boxer. Devin Haney, a pure boxer with the height that a Luke Campbell will. He's a little shorter than Luke, but he possesses similar type of stature. Plus, he has the slick boxing ability and the reflexes and the foot speed and the head movement and all of that stuff. Same with Teofimo Lopez. You're talking about guys that can move and can punch and can defend and bring head movement to the table. Even with Tank Davis, we think of Tank Davis as a banger and a puncher, but Tank Davis is a very skilled fighter. Unfortunately, he hasn't really been in the ring with people that'll bring that out and show it, but trust me, Tank is a complete fighter. So the question is, you got all of these guys at this point now racing to get the Lomachenko. Which one are we going to see him in the ring with first? Tank Davis at this point relinquished his 130-pound title and has moved up to 135, and him and Yuri Gamboa will be fighting in the near future to decide who will be the mandatory. Then you got Devin Haney. He's about to take on Abulev. I have a hard time pronouncing his name. And the winner of that fight will be the WBC interim champion, which means whoever wins that fight will have a direct line to Lomachenko. Then also you got the winner of the Teofimo Lopez versus Richie Comey fight, which once again will get him a direct line to Lomachenko. So it's interesting to see who he's going to pick to jump in the ring with. Now, according to Bob Arum, he stated this several times, but he said in the same interview where he was bigging up Shakur Stevenson and saying he wanted him to fight him at 126, he was saying the winner of the Comey Lopez fight will more than likely be his next opponent. So that's why I put my money on. But the question is, if all of these young guys do come at Lomachenko, who, if any of them, will beat him? I'm excited. I hope you're excited. We got Lopez, Davis, Stevenson, Comey possibly, Abdubel possibly. You got all of these good fighters. Heck, we even got, if he does move down to 130, Burchelt, Herring. I mean, it's plenty of competition that can be thrown this way. But the only thing I'm afraid of, we've seen this before when Lomachenko was at 126. And you had guys at 130, 126, and 122 to fight him, and we didn't see any other fights get made except for Gary Russell Jr. and Nicholas the Axeman Walters. Those are the only two people that we actually got to see him in the ring with the plethora of talent at 122 and 126 at the time, and even had a little talent at 130. But we did not see him fight the Diaz's, the Warringtons, the Framptons, the Scott Quiggs, the Santa Cruzes of the world. We didn't get to see none of that, so I hope the same thing doesn't happen. But I'm sorry, you can't keep saying everybody's ducking him. Some of that falls on him and his promoter as well. Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't care how nice you are. If you offer me the right amount of money, the fight's going down. I ain't no boxer. But if you offer me a few $1 million to fight Mike Tyson, guess what? I'm getting knocked out that night sipping on a straw of whatever nice champagne I can get a hold of, because I'm going to still be happy because I just made a couple $1 million. It ain't that serious. These dudes fight for a living. So I don't want to hear all that where he's afraid. That's crap. That's crap. At the end of the day, it's called prize fighting. I'd rather get rich boxing than be broke and have an O in the loss column. That don't make sense. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got. This is Head Bustin' Boxing. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section and let me know. Is Bob Arum talking sideways with the whole Shakur Stevenson thing? Does Shakur have a chance? And if not, what about Tank? What about Devin? What about Lopez, Comey, Abdubel? All of these guys are lining up, or seemingly lining up, to put themselves in position to get at Lomachenko. Are we looking at the beginning of the end for Vasily Lomachenko? Only time will tell. This is Head Bustin' Boxing, Fight Doctor. I am out.